Hi, folks. Just want to take a second to introduce myself. My name's Mike Dempsey, and I'll be teaching your stats class this semester. I teach full-time at Washington Township High School and have been teaching part-time as an adjunct for probably 15 years. Now, probability and statistics is my favorite thing to study and to teach. So I hope you find the class at least enjoyable. I know, not being a math major, I still want that you could learn statistics in a way that might help you understand the world better. I think it is a really, really valuable tool in that, whatever your path might be or whatever major has landed you here. So a couple of things I'm going to sort of navigate through to show you how the course is going to be set up online, and let you know that I'm also available to meet in live sessions. I just don't schedule them since it's a fully online course. I feel like if we had a regularly scheduled meeting, it's not going to be flexible towards people's regular rhythms. But I'm always happy to meet in Zoom. Just schedule it ahead of time. Send me an email and say, hey, I'd like to meet to go over some things. And we could do that in small groups as well. If multiple people need to do that, we could set up a time. It's no problem. What I found most of the time is that when students have questions or are stuck on something, I'll make a quick video like this and send it to them. And usually I'm able to address their concerns. So you'll notice I went into our Canvas course shell here. And as you scroll through, you'll see I've compartmentalized the course by topics and divided up into weeks. It's possible that I missed the spring break week in here, and I might need to shift some things because you can see we're kind of on pace to finish in 12 to 13 weeks, which is okay. I think towards the back end of the course, there are a couple of topics that I could probably break into a couple of weeks. But I'd rather we be ahead of schedule at the end of the course if people are scrambling to make things up than to be far behind. But like I said, some of these modules I will adjust them for spring break and so on, and I might also divide up confidence intervals into 2 weeks or hypothesis tests into 2 weeks. This shell right here with these modules worked pretty well for the last couple of classes I've done online. We even did one in 7 weeks, and people were able to survive that as well. So what you'll see in each module is a lecture video. Now this comes from a previous version of the textbook that we used, so you might see PowerPoint slides that you don't have access to, and that's okay. Your Alex account has all the same materials. I'm just using those as examples to explain content and concepts. Concepts like measures of center like the mean and the median, or measures of spread like standard deviation or interquartile range. Those topics are still the same, so I just use some materials that I had in the previous version of the course, and I've recorded those lecture slides. Some of these are recorded Zoom meetings. So before we went to full remote in the last spring, I recorded some Zoom meetings, and then people that weren't able to make those Zoom meetings, I was still able to post the lectures. So if you find that it's a Zoom meeting, I would recommend you fast forward until I start lecturing. Sometimes in the Zoom meetings, I have students in the beginning of the class asking questions or talking. If you want to get to the content, it might be a good idea to just fast forward to that. But you do have your the biggest thing I want to point out. So these modules will kind of keep you on task. You can see, these are the things that you ought to try to cover that week. And I'll also align those modules with the assignments that are in Alex, so you can see and hopefully have those due dates aligned as well. But your best bet for wanting to know when content is due or when your work is due is to click on, every time you come into the course, what I would recommend to do is, and you can look at the modules and see, like, all right, we're in this week, we should, I should get through this amount of material. But the Alex link right here is where everything's going to be driven. All your grades, all of your assignments, all your quizzes and tests come into our Canvas gradebook from Alex. Okay, it's already coordinated with that, and it's going to come in there from Alex. So when you click on the Alex link, there might be an initial setup in the beginning, but I already have the link that I posted in our class. I'm teaching 2 sections. It's already synced with the correct section of Alex. So you'll see when you go into Alex, if you click on assignments, I think that's the best way for you to keep yourself on task. When you click on assignments, you'll see what's due, what's upcoming. And again, I might have to do some updating with some of the dates on some of these. So I click on assignments, and I have my assignments tab here. Okay. And you'll see, what's upcoming, when's it due. This 1.1 says it's due January 22nd. I'm sorry, February 3rd. It opens January 22nd, and then closes February 3rd. So I think, like this is a good example here. I'm going to change some of these start dates because it's January 20th now, and some of you might want to access them right away. But the first thing that I have available to you is the prerequisite support. So that's definitely something you want to start in on, get that assignment done, and then you'll have access to everything else. So you also have, access to an electronic version of your textbook in here. All of those kinds of resources and materials that would be helpful to you. But I'd definitely recommend watching the lecture videos that I post in the weekly modules, and reach out to me if you have any questions. If you're stuck on an ALEKS assignment, I can make a quick video to give you some feedback and some advice. Pretty individualized. That's what I've been doing for the last few classes I've taught since we've been fully remote, and for the most part, people have been pretty successful with that. So super excited to work with you this semester and help you all out, and hopefully we have a great class together.